Hello everyone, myself Deepa Singh, working as assistant professor in Ganvihar School of Pharmacy, SGU Jaipur. Today we discuss about our next topic, that is hair dye. So yesterday we already discussed, our previous lecture we already discussed that different formulation, including shampoo, conditioner, or cold cream, vanishing cream. And today we discuss about hair dye. So hair dye is our next topic of this unit. It is a topic of industrial pharmacy, one fifth semester subject. Before starting this topic, we should know about some learning object or basic object of this topic. So this is the learning object of this topic. Brief introduction about the hair dye means what is a hair dye, definition, and complete description about the hair dye, production of the hair dye, how we produce these hair dye, and different techniques for production, and different manufacturing method for production of the hair dye, excipient used in hair dye, which excipient you use for hair dye according to a requirement, and how you modify the formulation according to example of these excipients. Next is evaluation parameter of hair dye, because every formulation have some evaluation parameter to check the quality of your formulation. Already in previous lecture, we already see the different evaluation parameter of each and every formulation. So we also see that evaluation parameter of hair dye. Now, what is hair dye? Description and definition of a hair dye. I think everyone knows that what is a hair dye. Nowadays, hair dye is very common. This is maybe fashionable type hair dye, and sometimes it may be for some purpose also he or she apply. In this hair dye or hair color is a chemical tool which used to change the color of person hair. Means it is a chemical tool or hair dye or maybe hair color which when you apply to your hair, it changes the complete look or complete profession of that particular person hair. And they used mostly change gray hair, a sign of older age. Means according to color, we can say that we classify these dye. If we are changing color of our hairs into a gray color, then we can say that it's a sign of older age. And now current trend, younger people use hair color as a fashion, because nowadays color is a fashion. Every type of the color is available in market, and person apply any type of the color, not a specific color, but maybe any type of the color he or she apply. And it is a chemical tool which completely change the person's hair's look. Reason for hair color, there are so many reasons for applying the hair color, but some person nowadays applying for as a fashion, so we cannot say that these dyes for a specific reason or not. It may be for a reason or without the reason. And in this, to change the natural color of the hair, means to change the natural look or natural color of the hair, we are using these dye or natural appearance of your hair. And color the gray hair. In this, maybe some person who are aging problem change into gray color hair, and the change of color of the hair temporary for particular occasion. Means coloring agent is also applied for some period of a time for certain occasion or certain purpose. This is a temporary type, maybe 1 2 days, or remove a single wash, or some maybe for months. Stay of 1 month also, means 3 to 4 wash is completely removed this dye. So these dye are maybe some reason or without the reason, maybe old age or maybe for some occasion or maybe for fashion purpose. So these is the dye may be applied according to a requirement. It is available in different type, maybe temporary dye or permanent dye. Now we discuss next slide. The ideal characteristics of an ideal hair color, because it's very sensitive or take the precaution that it should be safe and non show any problem into your hair. Some person may suffer the hair fall problem or on any other problem to your hair. So take care or take the precaution that your hair color should be good quality and should have sufficient property or characteristics in this color hair without reducing the natural gloss. Means when you apply the color for a specific period of a time, maybe permanent or semi-permanent or temporary, but it don't lose the your appearance of your color, natural look of your glossy hairs. It should be still seen after the dye or after applying the dye, and it do not looks like artificial. It should be still natural gloss and not change the texture of the hair. Texture also don't change. It should be still same texture of the hair. Next is not injure hair shaft. If these chemical maybe damage your hair shaft, so there may be chances that hair fall, and this is very serious problem. So hair color should not injure the hair shaft. It should be comfortable or not affect the hair shaft. Next is non-irritant and free from sensitization. After applying, it is a stable and don't show any irritation, sensitivity reaction, or any problem to the person. It is non-irritant as well as free from sensitization, means not severe problems are occur in that particular person. It is non-irritant type and free from sensitization and not have a systemic toxicity. Some person also have systemic toxicity also after applying the color. So this color is also have sufficient property, do not produce a systemic toxicity. Next is the color of a dye stable to physical factor. Hence, it's a dye, color, or anything else which is a stable also physically, or physical factor is also stable for that particular formulation. Or you can say that your dye should be physically stable, don't show any changes in their state or formulation, and not effect of a shampoo. Brilliant setting lotion on the dyes or hair, means when we apply the shampoo, these dye don't interact or don't show any problem due to the shampoo. No effect of the shampoo is observed when you apply these dye. And brittleness, brilliance and setting lotion on the dyes here. Then some brittleness or some lotion of dye is also used when you apply these dye and stable in the formulation sold in a market. Means when you apply these type of formulation, you easily sold in a market. There's no problem. These type of formulation is easy to accept. So formulation should be a stable formulation, so you can easily sold in a market. Next is raw material. What are the raw material? What are the excipient that you use for formulation of hair dye? There's a different ingredient or raw material you use for the preparation of a hair dye. And this differs from manufacturer to manufacturer according to type of a hair color or according to manufacturer. These hair dye may vary or differ to each other. In general, hair dye include dyes, modifiers, antioxidants, alkali, soap, ammonia, wetting agent, and fragrance. Means these are the common ingredient that is present in almost all the dyes. In this, we are taking a different ingredients, including dyes. Means main is a color, which dye you are preparing or which color dye we are preparing. So we are taking a dye. Modifiers, if some stability problem or some another property you improve, then you can add some modifiers. Antioxidant, if there's the oxidation reaction is occur or chances of oxidation is occur, then in this condition we are adding some antioxidant excipients. And alkali is to maintain the particular pH of your dye, and so is produce somewhat of foaming or provide the washing effect or any other effect. Next is ammonia. Ammonia is also proper dyeing is provide. And wetting agent means when you are preparing these dye or solution, it can easily wet or can absorb the moisture or solubilize easily. Next is a fragrance. Fragrance is mainly for removing the bad odor, because your formulation or these dye are very bad in the smell. So you can easily remove these bad odor with the help of some fragrance or some perfume. So these fragrances are also very important in your dyes, because almost all the ingredients have a bad odor. So you can overcome these bad odor with the help of fragrance. Next, in this, a variety of other chemical used in a small amount that impart special quality to hair, such as softening and texture. Hence, these are the common ingredients that you can use in your formulation. Other than this, there are some another excipient also you can use, which impart some property or helps to imparting the property of your dyes. In this, some chemicals are used in a small amount, so improve the quality of hair dye. And in this means softening and texturing agent, because you are applying into your hair, so there may be chances that your hair get dry or texture of your hair gets changed. So smooth and required texture of your hair is required. So in this condition, we are adding some another chemicals in a small amount to improve the softening and texture of your hair. Next is to give a desired action to the dye, such as making it more or less permanent. Means according to a requirement, it should be show that type of effect. If you are applying for a permanent purpose, then it should be in a permanent color, or if you are applying in a semi-permanent or temporary basis, then it should be according to that time. So it may be according to requirement, according to type. These qualities you should maintain during manufacturing of dye, because everyone have a different requirement. Some are just dyeing your hair for some occasion for some period of a time, temporary, or some are for permanent hair dye. So it can easily change according to desired action of a dye. And next is dye chemical are usually amino compounds. Means amino acids are the common ingredient in your dyes. You use amino acids, and most important ingredient is your amino acid in dyes. Next is other chemical used in dye are act as a modifier which stabilize the dye pigment to otherwise act as a modifier the shade. Means we are also using some modifier in this dye. So these modifier are some ingredient or chemical which act as a stabilizer in the dye pigment or stabilize the dye pigment, and it may be modify the shade of your dye also. Means for modification, proper shade or proper property is modified with the help of these modifier and maintain the good quality of your dye. And next is the modifier may bring out color tones such as green or purple which complement the dye pigment. Means in this modifier maybe take some colors or color tones used for in this such as green, purple, and these color are may complement the dye pigment such as the resorcinol. This helps to improve the color or dye of the your hair dye. Next is antioxidant, protect the dye from oxidizing the hair, and most commonly used is sodium sulfide. In oxidant, we are using sodium sulfide most commonly antioxidant, because in dyes there is chances of oxidation may be occur. To prevent these oxidation reaction, we are using some antioxidant, and in antioxidant we are using sodium sulfate in the example of these dye. And next is alkali are added to change the pH of a dye and formula. Means alkali is also, we already say that used for changing the pH of your dye or make the dye in a required pH condition. So to maintain the pH of your dye or change the pH of your dye, we are using alkali for proper pH of your dye. And next is ammonia hydroxide is common alkali. Ammonium hydroxide is also one of the alkali. And in this we can use this ammonium hydroxide also for changing the pH of your formulation. So these are the pH changing property ingredient, alkali and ammonium hydroxide. Next is hair color. What is a hair color? In this, the color of hair is due to primarily to melanin. Means your natural hair color is mainly produced due to the presence of melanin, and melanin is present in your hair. And it is synthesized by melanocytes scattered in the hair, in the matrix of the bulb, and passes into the cell of the cortex and medulla. Means melanin is the main ingredient which is present into your hair naturally already, and it is synthesized by melanocyte, and this is scattered and passes bulb into cell of the cortex and medulla. And dark colored hair contain mostly true melanin. Means shade of your hair or concentration of melanin may vary due to color or according to color of your hair. Dark color show that it have a true melanin, and blonde and red color contain poor sulfur. Means if your hairs are blonde or red hair contain are observed, then in this condition you can say that you have a sulfur or more sulfur in your hair, blonde or red hair. And next is gray hair occur with progressive decline in tyrosine. Means if tyrosine concentration is decreased or decline into your hair, then there may be chances that you suffer gray hair or your hairs get start into gray and necessary for synthesis of melanin. And in this condition, to overcome this problem, it is required to synthesize required or at least a large amount of melanin in your hair to overcome this problem and stop to declining the concentration of a tyrosine. And white hair result from accumulation of a hair bubble in the medullary shaft. Means if there is accumulation of air bubble is observed or accumulation of air is observed into the medullary shaft, then in this condition we are suffering white hair problem or we usually may get white hair. So all these hair color changes may be due to melanin. Melanin is a main important factor which is responsible to show the color of your hair or change the color of the hair. This is proper requirement is necessary for good color or healthy color of your hair. according to their deficiency or some ingredient, some chemicals may increase or decrease and already affect their formulation. White hair mainly for air bubble formation, medullary shaft. Gray hair mainly decline in tyrosine, and blonde and red hair contain more sulfur, and dark colored hair contain mostly true melanin. So these are the some reasons. According to this, we are classified different types of hairs or natural hairs according to melanin present. Next is desired quality of a hair colorant. In this, it should be impart the same color that indicate to be its label. Means when you are preparing some coloring agent. So these coloring agents should have sufficient property to impart the same color. Suppose in a label you are writing that red color hair dye. So when you apply or when you maybe mix this dye, it should be in a red color, or it is the same to indicating into a label. You don't get another color or don't show that particular color. Maybe don't show any problem to show that particular color. It should be same as given onto the label, and it must be colored the hair only, not the skin. When means apply to the scalp, it only colored the skin, not skin, but a hair only. It changed the color of the hair only, not the scalp or any part of the skin. It is color only the hair of your scalp, and color that impart to the hair must be stable in air, light, water, and shampoo. Means when you apply these dye, it should be stable at particular period of a time. Don't show any problem due to the presence of air, light, or any other problem. Or it should be stable with water and shampoo before you applying. After that, at particular time period, get washed with the help of water and shampoo. So these dye should be also stable in water and shampoo, as well as also some light and air also. And next is it should be easy to apply. Means not too much difficulty is suffer that particular person. It can easily mix and easily to apply to that particular person. So it should be easy to apply in nature. Next is it should have a reasonable stability and shelf life. Means shelf life or stability is also good according to expiry date. According to the expiry date, it should be stable at particular period of a time. Suppose it's a large quantity and we do not require this amount. So in this condition, suppose we are open and just to remove half quantity or small quantity. So in this condition, it also stable for a particular period of a time, not degrade or don't show the shelf life change. And next, it should be non-toxic to the skin or hair, should not impart the natural gloss and texture of the hair. And suppose when you are applying into the hair, there may be chances that little bit also get touched into your scalp or into your skin, or may become contact into your scalp and skin. So in this condition, it should be non-toxic and non-irritant to your skin as well as hair. Don't show any toxic effect when touch or come contact in the skin as well as your hair. It should be comfortable and stable to your skin and hair also. And when you apply these dye, it do not change the glossiness or natural look of your hair also. You should be maintain the proper natural gloss and texture of your hair, and hairs look like natural. It don't damage or don't remove the natural gloss and texture of your hair. And next is it should not be allergic and dermatitis sensitizer. Means it do not show any allergic reaction after applying, or if a person have some dermatitis reaction or dermatitis sensitivity, then in this condition he or she may take some precaution. But then normally your dye should be not allergic and dermatitis sensitive, not dermatitis sensitizer. Don't show any dermatitis sensitivity or allergy reaction or severe reaction to your scalp or to your hair. It should be free from allergic reaction and dermatic sensitivity. Next is it should impart color of the hair in a short contact time. Means when you apply these dye, it can easily color your hair in a short period of a time, within a minutes or within an hour, not take too much time like that you are applying now and after 2 days it produces the color. So these properties not good. It should be produce color as soon as possible, within a day, or not within a day, within an hour or within a minute. And it should show that required particular color which is you already taken. And it do not take too much time to get dye or color your hairs. These are the quality of hair dye. And next is type of hair dye. According to type or according to requirement, these dyes are available in a different type, and most commonly dye that we are using in nowadays in this, first is temporary, second is semi-permanent, Third is demi-permanent. In demi-permanent, we are including oxidative deposit only. And fourth one is permanent. In this, deposit and oxidative both are coming. So these are the four classes or four category of a dye: permanent, semi-permanent, demi-permanent, and temporary. According to a requirement, you can select any type of the color or dye. In this first type is a temporary color. Just for a few hours or maybe single wash is sufficient for temporary type of the color. So this is used for some occasion or maybe for particular time of period. And in this type of a hair color used to color the hair temporary. Means temporary basis we are coloring the hairs, and the coloring which does not penetrate into the hair and surrounding. Means when you apply these color and dye, it do not penetrate to your hair and surrounding of your hair. It just form the one layer to your hair only. It don't get penetrate into the hair and surrounding, and can easily rinse off after one shampoo. Means when you apply the one shampoo, it can easily wash out and remove all the color and dye due to one shampooing, because it's a temporary in nature and it's not penetrating into the hair. It's just applying on the surface of the hair. Due to this property, it can easily remove or completely remove after single wash of this shampoo. And temporary hair coloring, some time used to apply finely ground metals by means of puff-free spray. Means in this temporary hair color or temporary dye used to apply this finely ground metal by means of puffer or a spray. And such metal which include the brasses, bronze, and aluminium, both untreated, anodized in a various color, and provide metallic effect when applied to the hair and may be used for highlighting. Means these temporary dyes we are using mainly for highlighting purpose, and in this there are different metals are present, and according to this we are maybe perform or maybe apply these dye. And this metal we are selecting the brasses, bronze, aluminium, and these are the metal which is present in temporary, and both are untreated or anodized in a various color available. And it provides metallic effect as well as applied to the hair when used for highlighting purpose. And the powder, setting lotion, crayons are used for temporary color. Instead of these hair dye, different type of formulation is also used for temporary basis dye. In this temporary basis dye, we can also use powder, setting lotions, and crayons are also used for temporary colors, because crayons and the setting lotion and powder is also sufficient to provide the highlights or temporary effect for particular time of period, and it do not also get penetrated into hair. It just appear or settle down into a layer of the hair. So you can also use these type of color also for temporary basis. And next is hairspray used to prevent the powder brushing off easily. Means hairspray is those type, or you apply with this hairspray, then you should make sure that prevent that powder brushing off easily or don't show any problem. Next is semi-permanent color. It's another type of the color or dye. In this semi-permanent, it is a little bit more than your temporary dye, and it has some more time for that particular color are still in your hair. In this, most of them are basis dye stuff whose cationic character gives them a natural affinity for the hair. Means in this we are using basic nature dye or basic dye or cationic dye characters, and due to this cationic dye or basic dye, it have affinity or property that it give the proper natural look to your hair or don't remove the natural glossiness of your hair, and it provides the natural property of your hair. And in this metallized dye stuff in the combination with nitro derivative of aromatic diamine or aminophenols. Means in this we are not taking only metal compound, but we are taking metallic compound and dye in with combination of nitro compound or nitro derivative. So we can say that these semi-permanent color are the combination of metallized dye as well as nitro compound. And in this nitro compound or derivative, we are taking aromatic diamine or aminophenols. And shampoo is the most commonly used base. So in this, we are using shampoo also as a base, and it is the most common in semi-permanent dye. And performance of a colorant can be enhanced by inclusion of a solvent. Means according to adding of a solvent or which solvent you are using in the dye, the performance of a color is maybe improved or enhanced, or it show good quality performance when you adding good solvent or proper selection of the solvent. Next, a semi-permanent dye contain mainly either nitrophenyl diamine ether or nitroaminophenes either amino anthraquinones. Means there's a different chances, so different ingredient or chemicals are present in the dye, and this may be present nitrophenolane diamine or either nitroaminophenols, or maybe amino anthraquinones are present in this semi-permanent dye, or these are the chemicals present in the dye. Next is permanent hair color. In permanent hair color, it is more time or maybe long lasting hair dye, and this is maybe don't remove in a single wash. It may be for long period of time. Most popular hair dye product or dyes nowadays is permanent, because mostly people are for these prefer this permanent dye color for long period of time, maybe for fashion purpose or maybe for some reason due to aging. So these permanent are most preferred dye, and in this most popular dye product is a permanent dye. And these dye are forming during the dyeing process and are not present as such in the solution before application. Means these dyeing is applying by certain process, and it is not present in such a solution. You convert it into solution form before application and contain two parts. Means two solution or two powder is available in the permanent dye, and it is available in two parts. And before applying, you just convert it into solution form and mixing these two parts. In this two part, one is dye intermediate and second is oxidizing part. These are the two parts which is available in permanent dye, or main ingredient of two part of your permanent dye. One is dye ingredient, intermediate, and second is oxidizing agent. Next, in this dye, intermediates are blend of preliminary intermediates and coupling agents or modifier in a suitable case. Means when we are adding a dye intermediate or first solution of a permanent dye, that is dye intermediate, blend of a primary intermediates and coupling agent or modifier in a suitable case. In this, all ingredients are present, maybe a modifier or coupling agent or any other chemicals. And during the dyeing of a hair, the intermediate solution and oxidizing solution are mixed and applied to the hair. Means after mixing these dye intermediate, we add the oxidizing agent to dye intermediate to mix well, and due to this oxidizing agent, it forms the complete solution of your permanent dye, and you apply it to the hair after mixing of both the solution and both the phase. In this, primary intermediates are gradually oxidized and undergo coupling reaction with modified. Means when you mix both the chemicals, it get completely oxidized or very gradually oxidized, and due to this coupling reaction, it can easily modify and ready to apply into your hair. Continuation in permanent hair. Permanent dye system are able to dye hair at a lighter shade than the original. Means these permanent dye don't shade your hair very dark. It is normally shade your hair in a light in color than original color. They don't responsible to show the dark color into your hair. It may be always show light color or light appearance according to their original color. And peroxide and ammonia present in excess to control the oxidation of intermediate and simultaneously bleach of the hair. Means in this, there are some ingredients or some chemicals are present which helps to or maybe control the proper natural hair or control the oxidation of these chemicals. In this, peroxide and ammonia are present in excess, and these are peroxide and ammonia is responsible for control the oxidation of intermediate and simultaneously bleach hair. And these dyes are capable for confusing the difference in color and individual hair. Means you can also confuse after applying these dye or these highlight color. In this dye, it is capable for confusing a difference in color between the hair and the dye, and very effective on mixed color white hair and black hair. Means it is available, it show effect or good quality result in both type of the dye. Either it is a black in color or either white in color. Means effective for both white and black color type hairs, and they cause some hair damage. When you apply these dye, then it also shows some hair damage problem, or your hair may be somewhat damaged due to because it have a high concentration of chemicals, or it directly penetrate into hair. So there may be chances that these type of the hair also damage, these permanent hair dyes also damage your hair also. Next is natural permanent dye. And this is more preferred nowadays because it's a natural and it have no chemicals or maybe less chemical are present. There's a natural in color and give a permanent color to your hair. In this vegetable print, mainly we are using a natural permanent dye made up of a plant material henna and brownish plus shade, means it is available or made up with some plant material or with the help of plant, and in this henna also used, and it forms the brownish shade, shade type color. And next is henna is obtained by grinding leaves and stem of the Leucaena albinum, means that this is one of the color which can you use for with the help of plant. And in this for grinding we are taking leaves of henna and the stems of Leucaena alba, known as Egyptian privet. And problem of henna is that henna is trigger the asthma and allergic reaction. Application is laborious and messy, cause staining fingers and nails. Means some person have a suffer some problem when apply the henna, like trigger asthma or allergic reaction of, or maybe he or she suffers from allergic reaction or asthma type problem. Then in this condition, it's for severe reaction or interaction. Then in this condition, avoid using these henna to allergic patient or asthmatic patient. And but these have some another drawback is like it is a very laborious and massive procedure and cause straining into your hairs, not only in hairs but also nails and fingers also when you apply into your hairs. And nowadays, plant material are used in this henna leaves, and infusion decoration plant material are used. Means not directly henna leaves used, but the decoction procedure used for this henna material. And after this, you apply these henna and paste of a powder henna leaf prepared in a hot water. Once you prepare this paste with the help of a hot water condition, and according to cooling it is applied with stiff brush and allowed to dry. Means after adding hot water you cool it and apply this cool solution into a stiff brush, and with the help of stiff brush and allowed to dry into your hair. And henna contain lawson, that is 2-hydroxy-1,4-naphthalene. This is the main ingredient which helps to color your hair or responsible to show the color into your hair, that is 2-hydroxy-1,4-naphthalene, and it is a main ingredient of lawson. Advantages of a henna: in this, it is a non-toxic and non-sensitizing to skin. Means due to the natural color, it do not produce any toxic effect or sensitivity effect to your skin as well as your hair. It is safe to use either only in condition here if you have some asthmatic problem or allergic reaction. This is not toxic or not sensitivity produced into your skin and hair. But laborious work to prepare henna paste, means it take too much time or laborious to make this henna paste or prepare the henna paste. And following the composition is generally used nowadays is powder henna, that is 89% pyrogallic acid, 6% CuSO4 is 5%. So this is a composition of henna nowadays, which have contained or present in henna. Henna is large quantity, that is 89%. Other remaining percent is only 11%. In the 6% is pyrogallic acid and CuSO4 is only 5%. But 89% is your henna. And concentration of pyrogallic acid is responsible for color. According to concentration of pyrogallic acid, you can adjust the concentration of this pyrogallic acid, and this pyrogallic acid is responsible for showing the color into your hair and to produce the hair dye. And next is evaluation parameter of the henna. This is a very important parameter because if you are preparing some dye or color or henna, in this condition you should know about that quality of your henna, it is good or not, or it is safe or not before coming in a market. So in this condition you evaluate these parameters very carefully and make sure that your formulation is ready or your henna is ready for coming in a market. It have a good quality henna and fulfill all the requirement according to evaluation parameter, and it show acceptance result for that particular test. So in this evaluation parameter, first is consistency. It has sufficient consistency. So in this condition, you can easily apply. If it don't have sufficient consistency, then it may be show more problem during applying or difficult to apply, because if it's in solution or maybe liquid in nature or very fluid in nature, then it can easily remove out or maybe flow through your hair. And if it's too much thick, then it is difficult to apply in each and every hair. So sufficient consistency is applied when you formulating your dye or your color. It should not too viscous, then it's not too much viscous. If it's too much viscous, then it is difficult to apply into your hair, or don't apply proper way into your hair when it is too much viscous. Next is otherwise application will become difficult, and consistency should be minimum so that after application it will be not drain off. And sufficient consistency is required. If there's more consistent or maybe less viscous in nature, maybe solution like then in this condition it can easily drain out. So it has sufficient viscosity or consistency is always required so that you can easily apply and don't show any problem during applying or do not dry out. So it has sufficient consistency. Next is spreadability. When you're applying these dyes, so in this condition it can easily spread into your scalp or into your hair. So these dyes should have a good spreadability property also, so that it can easily or evenly spread into your scalp and into your hair. And in this spreadability, hair dye should be desirable, spreadable, so it can be easily applied evenly. Next is color uniformity. This is a very important evaluation parameter. In this, when you apply the henna or any other color, and it should produce even color into your hair or even dye into your hair, not looks like that somewhere dark or somewhere is light in color. So this problem is not observed. It should be produce even or uniform color into all your hair, as well as it produce same color which is given on the label. Don't produce any other color than their label color. So in color uniformity, the color of hair dye and hair color should be uniform. It don't show any uneven distribution. It should be uniform throughout your all hair, and color shade should be remain same as given desired color after the application. Means after application, it should be looks like the same that you given at that particular label or that particular container. It do not show any changes. Suppose in label it show red in color, but after applying it appears purple in color. So it should be uniformly distributed. If in label there's a red in color, so after applying these dye, your hair should be red in color, not in any other color of rather than red color. And in this, these red color is also uniformly distributed out through your all hair, not looks like that somewhere is red, somewhere is orange, or somewhere is any other color, but uniformly distribute out in all hairs as well as show or appear same color after application. Next is pH. In this, pH is very important factor because according to your scalp condition or pH of your hair, you should prepare these dye. If it's not and according to that required pH, then maybe not show any particular effect or don't produce any color changes to your hair. So these pH is required according to your requirement, and this is always a neutral pH. Means not in acidic condition, not in a basic condition, but the hair dye should be always in a natural pH condition. And if your hair dye is not in a neutral pH, then you can check the pH of your hair dye with the help of pH paper or pH meter and adjust the pH of your hair dye as in neutral condition. It is not in an acidic or basic condition, it's always in neutral condition. With the help of a pH meter and pH paper, you can easily check that it's in a neutral condition or not. If SN available in the powder form, then first to prepare in a solution form with the help of a distilled water. After preparing in a solution form, you can easily check the pH of your formulation or hair dye. So it should be always in neutral condition. Next is allergy test. It is also very important because some person after applying these dyes show severe allergy reaction or severe sensitivity reaction. So these type of problem you should overcome when you apply these hair dye and don't show any allergic reaction. So you can check these before coming in the market onto the animal model and maybe some human beings also. And first we have to try on animals model and check that if there's any allergic or sensitivity reaction is observed not for that particular dye. And in this allergic reaction, remove the earrings behind the ear and using a cotton bud. Means if you have wearing some jewelry or some maybe earrings or any other jewelry, then you can remove first these jewelry, including earring or any other thing. And behind the ear using a cotton bud, means just behind the ear you can apply the cotton bud and put the cotton bud, and in this apply small quantity of unmixed solvent and reduce sufficient to cover the area of 1 to 2 centimeter, and the small size of the point like very small in size. Means first to apply on to maybe the sensitivity is already checked with the help of some animal model before coming in the market, but these reaction may be vary according to person. Maybe he or she suffering already some allergic reaction or asthmatic reaction or sensitivity to that particular chemical or compound. So in this condition, you can check the sensitivity reaction to individually, not apply directly to your hair, but you apply first into your ear part, and in this first you remove the earrings and cover your back of the hair with the help of cotton bud and apply the small quantity unmixed color and product, means very little amount, very small point size you can apply in an unmixed form product. Cover the area approximately 1 to 2 centimeters square. And after this, reapply 2 to 3 times, allowing it to dry. And between each application, carefully reseal the colorant container and keep it for application 48 hours later. Means first you should make sure that this colorant is suitable or don't show any allergic reaction. To test this fund, to apply this for 2 to 3 times, and every time you allow to dry your previous one layer and application, and carefully reseal the colorant container for keep it for application 48 hours later. And leave for 48 hours without washing, covering, or touching. Means you apply at least 2 to 3 times, and each time you dry your this layer, and after this applying 2 to 3 times, you leave for 48 hours. And after 48 hours, you check that any proper allergic or irritation or redness or inflammation or any problem is occur or not. And in this condition, you don't wash or cover and touch that particular area. After 48 hours, you directly observe this area, and if during this period notice an abnormal reaction such as itching, redness, swelling in around the test area, do not apply the product. If severe reaction or these problems are already occur after 48 hours, then you avoid to use that particular color, and don't use that particular color. You show some severe reaction. So this is the allergic test. After completing these, Hannah, you should know about some learning outcomes. So this is the learning outcome of this lecture. And in this brief introduction about the hair dye, what is a hair dye, different hair dye with example, and why you prefer these dye or purpose of these dye. So in this brief introduction and complete description of the hair dye, including classification of the hair dye. Next is production of the hair dye, how we produce or including the different types, and excipient used in the hair dye, which excipient used or which excipient is responsible for showing the color. We already see this color excipient or ingredient which is responsible for making the dye. Next is evaluation parameter of the hair dye. How we evaluate, we already discussed these different evaluation parameter of the hair dye. So in this, we check that different evaluation parameter of the hair dye. This is a reference of this topic. First is Google. In this, we are using different sites for the cosmetic product. And then next is cosmetic and toilet switch industries by William and Suchmitz. Next is cosmetic by Posture. Next is cosmetic by Sagarin. Next is cosmetic by formulation and manufacture and quality control by P.P. Sharma. So these all books are good. In this, all cosmetic products are available. You can easily take the content, or all books are good, have a good content. You can use any one book or maybe in a combination. Next is the question part, which is related to today's topic. In this first question is every color has a degree of lighten or darken, which is called as reforming. B is lighter, C is level, and D is refresh. In second question, temporary is a use to create temporary color change that draw long. A is a 6 months, B is 2 to 4 weeks, C is shampoo to shampoo, D is 1 week. In third question, the toners are used to deposit color and neutralizing unwanted pigment remaining after lighting to remove that rot. A is a green and blue. B is a brassy gold and yellow. C is red and blue, and D is green and yellow, brassy gold. So these are the 4 colors according to this deposit and toners. You can easily answer or select any one correct option out of this ABCD option. In fourth question, apply color over previous color hair to refresh the hair is sometimes referred to as is color guising, B as alkaline color, C is regrow, and D is rebound. In fifth question, alkaline waves should be wrapped without alkaline reforming lotion pause. And there's 2 questions. One is alkaline wave wrap without on. Second is alkaline reforming lotion pause. In this may be tight and hair will be swell. B is tight and hair will be shrink. And C is tension and hair will be swell. And D is even and hair will be big mat. So these are the 4 options according to this. You can answer fifth question. In this, there are 2 questions, and answer is also have 2. And according to this, you can select which one is correct. And in sixth question, alkaline waves are produced with heat. B is with cold. C is without heat, and D is without cold. Next, in seventh question, before applying any chemical to the hair product or contact throughout, A is dinner, B is wait, or C is asked to client shut up, and D is consultation with client. And eighth question, if you are suspect metallic salt are present, perform. Test prior to performing a form. In this, 1 is to 30, B is 1 is to 20, C is 1 is to 45, and D is 1 is to 65. Next, in ninth question, temporary color contain large number of molecules that coat only surface of the cuticle, thereby creating a physical change or not. We already discussed the different types of a color, including temporary, permanent, impermanent, or semi-permanent. So in this, we are discussing about the temporary color. First, to understand the question, then you can easily answer these questions out of these ABCD options. In this, we are discussing about temporary color. So temporary color contain large molecule that coat only the surface. Means it's a true temporary color is only coat the surface, don't penetrate into your hair, and the cuticle there is creating the physical change or not. There's a physical change is observed or not. In this is a chemical change, B is oil change, C is tire change, and D is a pigment of the hair color, a pigment of the hair. So this is the four option you can select and one correct option according to this answer. And next is 10th last one question, that is chemicals texturizing or reforming is simply the process of using physical and chemical action to permanently A is to change the texture of the hair, B is to change the cuticle of the hair, and C is to change the cortex, and D is to change the color. So this is the four option according to chemical texturizing or process of physical chemical action for permanently to a hair. For according to this chemical texturizing or permanently some physical or chemical texturing of that particular hair, you can select any one correct option out of these four options A, B, C, D. This is all question regarding the topic of today's lecture, that is hair dye. You can easily answer these questions. So thank you so much for watching and listening this video. Thank you everyone.